Danielle, I brought some spices.
Where did you get those?
From our store.
They look beautiful.
And one of them is in a pickle. We love pickles.
We love pickles, especially the quick ones.
Right, so we're gonna make another quick pickle recipe with our pickle spice mix that has 12 different ingredients in it. And it's gonna give your pickles this amazing yellow color that will make the table just look pretty awesome.
Yeah. So you can pickle any vegetable that you love.
Yeah, my favorite with this mix would be carrots, cabbage, cauliflower, red pepper, kohlrabi, and if you guys don't know what kohlrabi is, you're in for a treat. I'll put a jalapeno and a lot of garlic.
Love garlic.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
We're gonna use a quart mason jar today. A lot of times I use one of those giant jars.
Yeah, the 64 ounces.
I've been here half my life and I still don't know what quart and pint is. In any case, you can use whatever jar you want. Just choose the quantity of your vegetables accordingly. So we'll start just by prepping the vegetables, and Danielle peeled
5 big garlic cloves. I'll give them a rough cut
and we're just gonna throw them as they are into our
jar.
All right, peel the carrot and slice it. We're gonna peel the kohlrabi, cut it in half and slices, and we're gonna use maybe a quarter of a cabbage, and we're gonna make kind of rough slices, about 1 inch wide. The cauliflower we're gonna cut from the stems and make little florets out of it.
Cut the core at the base of the cauliflower, and I'll get 2 or 3 big florets and cut them into smaller ones.
I love cauliflower. I think it's an amazing vegetable. The beauty of this, guys, is that you can do any vegetable you want. Radishes, cucumbers, red onion.
In any case, I'll get our jalapeno, clean it from the seeds and slice it, and julienne our red pepper. And we're ready to go. So you're gonna fill up the jars with the vegetables, alternating between them and spreading your garlic and jalapeno. Squeeze all the veggies inside kinda tight, but make sure you leave a little bit of room because we're going to cover it with brine in just a second.
Guys, we're gonna mix 4 ingredients for our brine: vinegar, water, salt, and pickle spice.
And in this brine, we also add some sugar.
Today, we're using white wine vinegar, but you can use any vinegar. Sometimes I use apple cider vinegar. Sometimes people use red wine vinegar, which changes the color. And white vinegar would work as well. It's just a little rough. The flavor is a little rough.
Although I gotta say, when I grew up, in every falafel stand, they all use regular white vinegar that currently I'm using as a cleaning supply.
Yeah.
But still just fine, just be careful with the quantity. So
1 cup of vinegar, about 3 cups of water.
a tablespoon of salt. I like to use kosher salt.
Definitely.
And the star of these pickles is our In a Pickle spice blend that includes over 10 spices in it. If you don't have it, just add the same amount of turmeric and some whole peppercorns, but this mix is a really good upgrade. We're also adding about 2 teaspoons of sugar, which helps to soften the vinegar a bit.
So now we're gonna take this over to the stove and warm it up just until everything is dissolved. Looks pretty good.
So we'll give it a few minutes on medium to high heat and bring it to a boil. You can close the pot if you want it to be a bit quicker, but keep a close eye on it so it doesn't overflow.
Look at that color and just imagine those white vegetables after 48 hours.
Once it's boiling, we'll turn it off and head over to our jars.
So we warmed up the brine and our vegetables are in the jar, and you're just gonna pour, and you wanna make sure you cover all of the vegetables entirely.
I didn't include this footage, but I made a mess and spilled some of the brine on the counter, and hot liquid with turmeric is extremely staining, so you want to be extra careful. So after a major cleanup, I ended up putting this less attractive baking sheet just to catch the liquids in case of any more spills. Oops.
Now you see this cauliflower? We have 2 options with it. We're either gonna shove it inside, and if it doesn't quite work, guys, take it out. You want all of the vegetables to be covered.
And it's warm, so you don't want to put the cover on right now. We're gonna let it cool down for about 20 minutes. So it's been 20 minutes.
All right, we're gonna cover the pickles and put it in our fridge, and those should be ready in about 48 hours. You can try it a little bit before, it will definitely taste better after.
Yeah.
And one last thing, when we heat up the brine, the salt will dissolve.
But the spice mix will not, and you'll notice that that will start to settle to the bottom.
You can take the jar and every few hours or once a day, just kind of flip it to make sure it covers and it goes everywhere around the vegetables, but that cauliflower is gonna turn yellow in 48 hours.
Beautiful. So guys, you can use this next to a drink, you can put it in salads, you can chop it up a little smaller and put it on a sandwich. So let us know how you use it in the comments.
I can't wait to taste it.
Well, you're gonna have to wait 48 hours.
Guys, You're gonna find the exact recipe for these pickles in the description below, and the spice mix in our store, shop that you don't have to be a chef.com.
Happy pickling!